Riverside Orthopedics is a large multi-specialty orthopedics practice with physicians that are subspecialty trained in all the subspecialty areas within orthopedics. What we found is that when somebody spends an additional year of training focusing on just, for example, shoulder and elbow surgery, they focus their entire year on that and become very, very proficient in that particular area of the body or in a certain subspecialty, and have better outcomes and are more efficient in getting the cases done.
My name is Mcclellan, and I'm a shoulder and elbow surgeon here with Riverside Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. I specialize in treatment of conditions involving the shoulder and elbow joint. Most of my patients are older, and so I tend to treat conditions like arthritis, rotator cuff tears.
My shoulders got hurt me so bad I couldn't comb my hair. I couldn't raise my hand above my head. My wife had to help me put my jacket on to go to church and stuff like that. We went to him the first time, had x-rays and scans done, and he said that both my shoulders need to be replaced.
Shoulder replacement is probably the most common procedure I do. Instead of cartilage, you have bone rubbing on bone, and patients feel the cracking and pain associated with that. So in traditional shoulder replacement, what we do is we create a smooth ball and a smooth socket. And these are the components we use to accomplish that. So you can see you have a smooth metallic head and a smooth polyethylene socket. And when you place these in a patient, now all of a sudden they can move their shoulder around and it's smooth and it glides and it doesn't hurt. So that works for patients with shoulder arthritis. But when patients have shoulder arthritis and a rotator cuff tear, if you do a regular shoulder replacement, what you'll find is there's no rotator cuff to keep the ball stable. And so the ball will start to migrate up and out. And we call that rotator cuff arthropathy. Thankfully, we have a solution for that problem, and it's called the reverse shoulder replacement. Now, this is a relatively new procedure. It's been FDA approved since 2004. And it started off as sort of a salvage procedure. You know, like any new technology, we're always a little hesitant to start using it in mass quantities. But what we've seen over time is that the results have been phenomenal. And so with a reverse shoulder replacement, what you do is you place the ball on the shoulder blade and the socket on the arm bone. That's why it's called reverse. And when you put those two together, you see that the joint is inherently stable. It does not move up and down. It can't. It's locked in position here. So patients without rotator cuffs now can use the rest of their muscles of their shoulder to lift their arm up. And it's really revolutionized shoulder surgery, and it's given us a solution for patients that previously had no possible treatment option.
That's what he suggested, and I'm completely satisfied with what he did. In fact, I finished my last day of physical therapy today for my right shoulder. They feel great.
When the patient signs up for a shoulder replacement, typically we'll give them a surgery date. I'll see them the morning of surgery. We do all these operations at one hospital, so I have the same team working with me. The operation itself can take anywhere from an hour, hour and a half. It's about one night in the hospital, and then they typically leave the next day. Now, we do start physical therapy fairly early on, though, so we'll start physical therapy after 2 weeks. But they will be in the sling for 6 weeks. After that, they're able to come out of the sling and have full range of motion of the shoulder. And typically by about 3 months, I say they can get back to things like lifting weights, more strenuous things like that.
As of today, I was released. I'm lifting oyster cages, and I'm bringing them up on my dock and culling the oysters and stuff. And they probably weigh 100 pounds. But the physical therapist has had me lifting on the machines probably almost up to 100 pounds by now, and I don't feel anything. I just go there and do it, and I don't hurt at all. Go see Dr. Mcclellan. He'll take care of you.